This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now. Clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham, man.
Bria Hartley just sidelined Sophie Cunningham with what appeared to be a vicious leg crash. And right after, cameras picked her up smiling. Yes, smiling, while Cunningham hobbled off in obvious pain. Was this pure accident or something more sinister? And why didn't the refs step in? Fans, along with Cunningham's family, ripped into the officials, calling for accountability after yet another reckless play left a star injured. Sophie Cunningham. Let's make this crystal clear.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty player. And
Hartley's long trail of hair yanks, dragging rivals down, and reckless clashes is fueling massive anger online. Supporters and analysts alike are now pushing for punishment, with calls for a review and even suspension piling up. It all led to the moment that shifted everything when Cunningham went down and the Fever's season nearly unraveled. Does Hartley deserve a ban? How can the WNBA better protect its biggest names? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it.
The play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
The reactions courtside said it all. Fever head coach Stephanie White later admitted her first thought watching it was, "Holy shit." It was the kind of stunned reaction that comes when a body doesn't move the way it should. Slow motion. Replays made the scene even worse. The awkward angle of contact, Cunningham holding her knee, the pain written on her face. It left both players and fans frozen in disbelief.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. You know, scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
Officials never even reviewed the incident, letting the game run on uninterrupted. That call quickly became a flashpoint. Fans blasted what they saw as negligence from the referees. Social feeds lit up with posts accusing the league of ignoring player safety. Cunningham's sister Lindsay added her frustration, slamming the officiating and noting how the WNBA often fines players for criticism rather than addressing inconsistency. Her mother, Paula, went even further, accusing Hartley directly of being reckless, though she later deleted her message. Still, their anger echoed what Fever supporters already believed. The situation was mishandled, and Sophie wasn't protected in a dangerous moment.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the 6th time they've smiled, laughed, and cheered on our Indiana Fever players getting assaulted, getting injured, and it pisses me off.
For Indiana, this was far from a routine knock. It was a devastating hit during a season already riddled with setbacks. The Fever were missing Caitlin Clark with a groin issue, while Ari McDonald and Sydney Coulson were already ruled out for the year. Losing Cunningham created another gap when the roster was already stretched thin, destabilizing the backcourt further. Beyond her scoring punch and toughness, Cunningham's leadership had kept the squad steady. Now, with even more pressure on a fragile rotation, their postseason hopes looked shaky. But this incident became about far more than what happened on court. The hit, the injury, the referee silence, it all sparked outrage well beyond basketball. And later that night, another moment added fuel. Cameras caught Hartley's reaction following the collision, what appeared to be a grin as Cunningham was helped away. That single image flipped the entire conversation.
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe
A player lies on the court with a knee injury, and seconds later, the broadcast cuts to Bria Hartley appearing to smirk. That frame, aired live and clipped within seconds, became the centerpiece of the storm. Fans jumped on it immediately. It wasn't simply bad optics. It looked like Hartley mocking Sophie Cunningham as she was carried off, and that struck a raw nerve across social platforms.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
What had already been a fierce argument about a reckless hit suddenly had a face. Hartley's grin at the exact moment emotions were raw convinced many fans the play was intentional. That smirk felt like confirmation. It was the critical turning point, transforming suspicion into outrage. Suddenly, the play wasn't just ugly, and it was now a full-blown debate about accountability.
Listen, Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player. And that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
Hartley's history only made that clip sting more. If it had been a player with a clean image, people might have brushed it off as adrenaline, frustration, or a misleading angle. But Hartley's past came rushing back. Earlier this year, cameras caught her yanking Angel Reese's hair during a rebound, igniting fury on both benches. In another matchup, she clashed with Rebecca Allen, ending in an ejection.
Now look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online. And guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all the usual damn suspects.
She's also had heated moments with Skylar Diggins and several other reported altercations that together built a perception in the public eye. None of these alone define a career, but strung together, they form a reputation that is hard to defend.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound and a foul, and this time gets a little chippy and a shove on Nelson Adota. And listen, this arena, typically we'll see some ringside fights, and Charles this time trying to fight through the official, points a long finger. And as both teams walk to their respective corner.
But we mentioned the physicality and that last possession, the contact being let go. This time, I think it was accidental by Hartley. And then Reese just with a big reaction. And Tina Charles, being the vet that she is, gonna stick up for her team. If you know anything about Angel Reese, she is going to go hard. She's tough. She cares about making a stand for her team. And I love the reaction from Tina Charles as a vet. You want to see your vet.
So when the footage of her laughing after Cunningham's injury resurfaced, fans didn't see it as a one-off. They linked it to her prior incidents, creating a larger narrative. Hartley as a repeat offender who crosses the line too often. Among fans and media alike, she's now labeled by many as a dirty player. Outlets started connecting the dots between her history and the Cunningham collision, hinting that the league may be forced to respond with a suspension. Analysts said that Grin crystallized a narrative already forming. Others stressed that her earlier clashes went largely unpunished, feeding the belief she could play recklessly without facing consequences. That lack of accountability is what made the smirk sting so deeply for so many.
This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. I mean, that's despicable, folks. There's no other way to look at it. Yeah, how about this right here? That chick grinning after Caitlin Clark got slammed to the ground. And then this chick. I mean, really? Unbelievable.